vademecum. She always had with her a vademecum on rare poisons. Vagabond. The police interviewed every vagabond they could find for a clue to the murder. Vaguely, I became vaguely aware of another presence in the room. Vain. Peter sent Carol flowers every day in a vain attempt to win her back. Vanity. It is disgraceful what some people do to satisfy their vanity. Vapid. The minister attacked green politics as vapid romanticism. Variegated. Plants with variegated foliage always add interest to a garden. Velocity. Our velocity slowed as we neared the outer atmosphere. Venal. All we had to do was to find a venal official, cross his palm with silver, and they would release our son. Vendetta. 50 years after leaving Palermo, the vendetta between their families still persisted. Veneer. Beneath that veneer of elegance and refinement lie the heart and soul of a monstrous criminal. Venerable. Venerable old military men were called on for advice. Venereal. Reports indicate that venereal disease has been on the decline since the advent of AIDS. Venial. That hypocrite considers even his most heinous crimes to be venial. Venture. Their new publishing venture turned out to be quite a success. Vernacular. Old Hebrew fell out of use, to be replaced by vernacular Aramaic. Versatile. Any versatile organization should be able to accommodate staff losses. Vertex. The building is surmounted by a pyramidal dome at the vertex of which is a statue of Osiris. Vertigo. Vertigo suddenly overcame me, and I grabbed a rail to steady myself. Verve. Helen's verve adds much to this production of Carmen. Vessel. Food was stored in vessels neatly arrayed around the sarcophagus. Vestige. Vestiges of an ancient city have been found in the sea off Cyprus. Vet. We engaged an expert to vet the definitions of culinary terms for the new dictionary. Veto. Father vetoed the idea that we go to Brighton for the holiday. Viable. We have 3 days to come up with a viable plan for continuing the research project. Vibes. I felt the place had really good vibes the minute I walked in. Vicarious? He derived vicarious pleasure from seeing his children do the things that he no longer could. Vice versa. She made the facts fit her conclusions, instead of vice versa. Vicinity. All people living in the vicinity of the nuclear plant were tested for radiation poisoning. Vicious. The vicious, bloody dictatorship on the island lasted only a dozen years. Vicissitude. Who seeks stability in life often encounters its vicissitude. Vi. The brothers constantly vied for their father's affection, vigilance. While the dog remains loose, we must exercise vigilance. Vile. It is indeed a vile disease, but at least it is not contagious. Vilify. His political and religious views became notorious and were often vilified.